U.S. Central Command today announced the first 3 casualties in the U.S. strikes on Iran. 3 American service members are dead after the U.S. and Israel continue to pound Iran with strikes. 5 more seriously wounded, apparently as the result of an Iranian attack on their base somewhere in the Middle East. Senior correspondent Benjamin Hall was seriously wounded himself covering the war in Ukraine. He joins us now. Let's talk a little bit, Benjamin, about the intelligence that led to the decapitation, really, of the Iranian government.
Yeah, well, that's true. And what an incredible way to start this sort of attack on Iran was to hit the Ayatollah and perhaps take out up to 40 of his colleagues, IRGC commanders, across the board. And what we think is that it may be moved forward. We're hearing that perhaps the U.S. weren't planning on starting so soon, but when they found out the Ayatollah was moving and meeting these people, they decided to act. For months, the CIA have been following the Ayatollah. They've been mapping out how he moves. They had a really good understanding of how he communicated with people around him. And you look back to the conflict in June last year, we looked at how Mossad had been watching how they were in communication, but also with tracking the bodyguards' phones, because many of the leaders of Iran said no more cell phones, but their bodyguards continued to travel with cell phones. So they were monitoring signal intelligence. They were monitoring human intelligence. And that's why on Saturday morning, when the Ayatollah met with up to 40 of these leaders, they were ready and they acted quickly.
So then the Iranian response seems a little counterintuitive to me. They wind up launching missiles at many of their neighbors, and they're hitting hotels, they're hitting airports, they're hitting civilian targets. Why?
It's interesting. Many people are wondering why they would do that. You know, many of these countries, the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, initially were trying to tell the U.S. not to go and attack Iran. They didn't want a conflict in the area. So why would Iran reach out and attack their civilian areas, which is going to hurt them so greatly? And I think the thinking may be that Iran thinks that President Trump is fearful of 2 things. One is a wide regional war, which attacking civilian areas may well lead to. So I think it is a message to the U.S. that this could escalate quickly if the U.S. doesn't pull back. And I think perhaps that is the one fear factor that Iran is sending out. The other is the Straits of Hormuz, and I think that's why Iran was threatening to close them, has attacked 2 ships. It thinks President Trump fears a rising oil price, and that's one of the reasons it's carrying out civilian attacks in the Gulf Arab states, as well as trying to shut the Straits of Hormuz. Those are 2 places they think President Trump might back down, but I think that President Trump has made it clear that he will continue going till the goals are met.
All right. Benjamin Hall, I could talk to you for hours. We'll see you again.
Hey, good to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.